Hello, welcome to this week's edition of MMA in 5. Matthew Salzer at MMAfreak.com. Thank you for the views. This is on a new HD webcam. So, with that, here we go. So last weekend we had UFC Fight Night, Machida versus Mousasi. Had a great night of fights. We saw Eric Silva return to his winning ways, pretty dominantly. We had others such as, let's just get to the main event. We saw Ronaldo Jacare Souza go out there and just show his steadily improving fight game. He is primarily a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter, but we saw his striking, which has been improving steadily over time. So I think that, the argument that he should get a title shot is definitely a viable one. I think maybe one or two more fights is necessary, just because of the fact that we saw Lyoto Machida go out there and dominate pretty decisively as well against Gegard Mousasi. And speaking of which, I think that this just showed that the unified system, these judges actually scored the fight more for the striking than anything else. It was definitely a good fight. I think that it was scored, I think it was a little bit closer, just because I think Mousasi controlled it displayed the octagon control a little bit more. But I think the fight was scored correctly. We saw Mousasi we saw Machida utilizing his, very efficient counter-striking karate style. So, I think it was a good fight. I think if Machida gets the title shot after, if he gets the winner of Vitor Belfort and Chris Weidman, I think that would be a good fight. But obviously, we'll see how things go. So, that was that. So, upcoming this weekend, we have UFC 170. And this has a few high quality matchups. We're going to see Rory McDonald facing off against Damian Maia. Now, I can tell you right now, had Rory McDonald gone out there and been the dominant fighter he usually is against Robbie Lawler, he'd be fighting Johnny Hendricks for the title instead of Robbie Lawler. But the fact of the matter is, he did not do that well. I honestly don't think he showed up mentally, because that just did not look like the Rory McDonald that goes out there and dominates and wins. He's training partners with George St. Pierre, and he didn't go out there and he didn't deliver. So, that's that fight, and it was disappointing. But now he's up against Damian Maia, who lost to Jake Shields. So you got that fight. You got Daniel Cormier, who's fighting late replacement Patrick Cummins, and there's obviously bad blood between those two, just because of the fact that Cummins decided to break that rule. What happens in the wrestling room stays in the wrestling room. So, he did that. Cormier's a little ticked off. I saw a weigh-in picture of Cormier, and obviously the weigh-ins are today, so we'll see how he does. But, I saw a picture of him. He actually looked pretty good, and he was, I think, 213, so 8 pounds away. So hopefully he can make weight no problem, because obviously we saw what happened to him at the last Olympics that he competed in. He had kidney failure. So that's that. Then we have the intriguing main event of Ronda Rousey versus Sarah McMann. First time two Olympic medalists are competing against each other in the octagon. I will be honest, I think Sarah McMann has the best chance of winning. I did predict that Ronda Rousey was going to take this one, but that was being academically safe. I do believe Sarah McMann can beat Rousey. The way she does that is that she uses her strong wrestling, she uses ground and pound when she takes her down. She watches those submissions, and if she does that, she can pull an upset. Obviously, there's a variety of different factors. You know, if you know, two grapplers, if it just stays on the feet, we're gonna have to see how that goes. So, yeah, that's that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.